my first question would be, if you had to put a dating profile up for Annie Wilkes, what would it be? Give me a description in maybe 4 words.
God-fearing family woman.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Seeks homesteader with an appetite for...
Beware all that enter here.
Yeah, I had a lot of questions about it. This is a clever question. I appreciate the cleverness of the question, but I don't like thinking, I know she gets married later on. I don't like thinking of Annie in a romantic light. I don't
think
like
anybody
it.
does, to be honest.
Hey, it's only okay when I say it.
It's only because people are crushing on you. You know, they just wow, that insane woman, that's who I want.
Oh, yeah. They're lining up around the block for that.
Oh, my God.
There were moments in this show that we talked about in her past and around relationships and romance and sex, and I just don't. I don't think she's like. I think it's pushed so far down in her that it's the absence of that is what makes me. That's what makes me love her so much. Sorry to like shit all over your clever.
No, it's absolutely fine. You crack on. One more, like a slightly more conventional question. Bearing
You're
in
going to
mind,
ask me the same question?
No.
Dating profile?
Would you like that?
No.
I didn't think so. Then we can move right along.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Mine would be like, don't even bother.
2 weeks to go.
So let's go for something slightly more conventional. Bearing in mind the audience association that comes with your obvious previous Stephen King role, Tim, and the Oscar role, which comes with
2 in 1.
with yourself.
Yeah.
What reservations did you have, or was there any challenges, anything that you thought about going in, or anything in relation to that in terms of how you portrayed the characters?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
No. I viewed them as completely different. Yeah.
I was scared to take on something so iconic. And I didn't want to let down the fans of KB.
You call her KB now?
I do now.
That's so...
KB.
Nice.
Everybody loves KB, so, didn't want to
KB loves her.
disappoint.
KB, was like... LC is brilliant in this show.
Heart emoji.
Sign KB.
Yeah, it was just like this.
Okay, right. So, slightly more a highbrow question, hopefully one you've not been asked. Somebody once said to me that entertainment or television or cinema at its best should educate and should enlighten people. If you were going to say that Castle Rock had any lessons to teach people, what would they be?
Well, I see what you're doing there.
There you go. Hopefully,
Yeah, I see what you're doing there.
Okay.
Hopeful idealism for what a thing could be, and are you that?
Oh, clever.
But kind of hard to answer. 2 different things. This is entertainment. This is horror. It's.
Would you say it's social commentary as well?
I wouldn't.
Or is that slightly too tender?
I mean, that's a question for the creators. The way I had to look at it was it's a story, and we have to tell that story. I appreciated when I read it. I appreciated that they were looking at the world right now, and that there was a story about an immigrant community in a formerly, white world. The tensions that created, the power struggles that created, is reflective of a story that's happening all across the world right now. And so I appreciate that.
And for yourself, Lizzie?
Yeah, same. It is its own story. We touch upon some of these issues, but it's certainly they're not the driving forces of our story and of our show. But if you're setting a story like this in today's times, then there's absolutely room to at least have some echoes of what's going on in the real world. And I think that they handled it really well, considering it's not a story about immigration or disenfranchised people, or even mental illness. It's its own story. Our characters are just living in a world where all of this is going on around them.
It's also set in a town that has a history that it's never dealt with. There are ghosts, there are demons from the past that are still there because no one has ever reckoned with the sins of the past.